he's fighting not for a particular community, he's fighting for the nation. And he comes at home, he's abducted in front of his 10 years child, and then he's been killed. I suppose that humanity has completely dead in Manipur, and the ethnic violence is so serious that they are not bothered. That they are picking up a chap who has served the nation. He was a regular soldier in Assam regiment, and there after retirement he had joined the DSC. But unfortunately, this is what happening. But to me, it looks like that the certain positive which we were discussing. I think now the police is coming very strongly. They are now responding in a manner which they should have done earlier. Late but better than never. So I suppose the whole environment will change once the police will also become strong. But as far as this incident is concerned, it is very hurting, and one feels bad about it that the army man have been abducted. It He has fought for the nation. He is the jewel of the nation. He does not belong to any community. He belongs to the nation. He belongs to the state.
Okay.
And in case they have done this, I think they must be taken to the task. And all those who are involved in abducting and killing the army soldier must be tracked at the earliest and should be given the maximum punishment.
Uh, Mr. Anand Kumar, your opening comments on this specific incident. I think it's a first in Manipur ethnic conflict.
Yeah, it is very sad to kill army jawan, and it's very sad. It's condemnable highly, and fortunately, police has come into action promptly in this episode, and I strongly condemn such acts. However, police taking action is very good, and this all this law and order has been deteriorated because the law enforcing agencies have not done their duties earlier. Like you would be seeing, many people are missing. Like Leining Thong, Luang, one girl about 16 years old, she was missed for 1.5 months back. The police has not done any action against them, and also the rape victim on third at Chursanpur, only the FIR has been raised, no arrest has been done. So this type of lethargy in the law enforcing agencies has led to such type of actions. And I strongly condemn killing of army jawans. He may be from any ethnic community, but the army is above all. They protect the nation, and such all government agencies must ensure that all army jawans and army officers must be protected from such miscreants and such actions. I strongly condemn such acts, and however, police has done certain prompt actions in this regard, and I think they should be taking actions for the crimes done against the civilians also.
Okay, Dr. Haukib, what sort of information you are getting from the valley? I know you speak to people there. What happened? Why was he abducted? Opening comments on his abduction and subsequent killing has taken place, but why was he targeted like this?
Kartike, the Coms who are culturally they are aligned, or they are basically in the Kukichin family, but they're during this conflict they have been neutral, and then they are very vulnerable, and then they have been maintaining a kind of neutrality in this conflict, and on both sides, from the both warring communities, we have been not dragging the community into this conflict. That is seen from the last 4.5 months of conflict, because they are a very small community, despite in the past decades they are trying to forge an alliance in the name of Combrem identity, aligning a few of the uh, you know uh, tribes within the Combrem community, but yet that has not been successful. And we understand that being a marginal and very small community, and they are very vulnerable, we understand their positions, and we are not dragging them into this conflict. Yet it is very unfortunate that yesterday a person who has served the nation for so many years has been murdered without reason, perhaps because of his identity or because of certain reason. But I think that is not the reason to commit certain crime which is taking someone's life and someone's livelihood. And I also feel that coming to first things first, uh, it's about law and order situation in the state. Had the power, of controlling the mob, controlling the, miscreants being given to the police since 3rd May, fully by the chief minister, who is also the home minister. I think many of this conflict could have been avoided long ago. I think the problem solely lies with not empowering the police with the kind of power that has to be given to them, being impartial, maintaining impartiality between communities, trying to control the mob as it is. All these powers are not given to the police fully by the chief minister. That's clearly what we
But Dr.
see.
Haku, it was very
And
sad. Yesterday I was just thinking, the com community did a press conference saying that, we are neutral. And I was just thinking that he belong, he's part of the defense forces, army, they don't belong to community, they serve the nation. And, community had to do a press conference. Nonetheless, it was sad that nothing happened.
whether you work or serve the nation as an army man or as a police, doesn't matter in this kind of conflicts, because you are identified with your identity which you are affiliated with. So that's the sad thing about this conflict. And hopefully if the chief minister or the home minister of India hears our discussion, then restoring law and order is the prime the utmost importance that has to be given right now. Unless the police are given power to handle all these situations without impartiality, then I think Manipur is not going to return to normalcy very soon, and that has to be emphasized right now. And all measures has to be taken how the police and the paramilitary forces should cooperate to handle this kind of mob which were doing certain anti-social or
Okay.
anti-state elements within Imphal also, or whether it happens in the hill areas also. They have to jointly fight together to maintain or restore order.
General Sivaj, what should be the response of the security forces now?
No, the response of the security forces should be very, very strict in any way. The security forces are going in a big way against all these miscreants. See, as far as security forces are concerned, one thing is they should be above board, they should be neutral, they should be objective, and anyone who is taking law in his hand, they must be targeted. Now, remember this police action which has taken place recently. I wish it could have been done earlier, but certainly this sent a very positive message. We will not accept this nonsense. And the way these five chats were taken to the police custody, and thereafter some miscreants tried to get them out. That was basically registered, and they are now produced in the court. Exactly, this is the correct action when you send a very good
But
message to
General
the
Sivaj, the
society.
fact is that they have targeted uh, an army man also reflects how emboldened these militants are. It's like the target you choose. It reflects your attitude.
Absolutely. I see the point. What is happening is that as far as the army man is concerned, he does not belong to any community. He belongs to nation. He has served the nation. And that's why he's proud of himself, proud of the nation. And he never thought that, you see, point is that to me, it looks like that he belonged to a particular ethnic community. He was in a place where there may be other ethnic community, but he will never think that way because he's an army man. He feels he belongs to this nation. He has served this nation with pride in Assam regiment, thereafter in DSC. So he never felt a threat within himself until unless he was abducted in front of his son and then killed. It is very unfortunate. It's very sad. It sent a very wrong message to the whole country. Remember, this is not, we are talking about Manipur, we are talking about the whole country as such. And remember, there are regiments which have got communities from all the, warring communities, in fact. So the point today is we must go all out. I have been telling one issue time and again. Until unless these sophisticated weapons do not come out from the society, the violence will not reduce. Now, when these police personnel have taken this weapon, they have taken this sophisticated weapon. This shows without doubt that there are so many weapons, 5 to 7,000 weapons, which are very sophisticated. M4 rifle, you have a sniper rifle, you have also light machine gun. They are still out in society. You have to make sure that do coordinates, do combing operation, get these weapon out. And the moment you get these weapon out, at least the violence will reduce. And this action which police have done is a step in a right direction. I think many more such action will send a very correct message to society. As far as this army man has been killed, the police and also the security forces must go all out. Whosoever is involved in this must be given the harshest punishment, and you should not allow them to get away. I'm sure we are capable of doing that, and that will send a correct message, because doing such action send a wrong message not only in Manipur, throughout the country. The army belongs to the nation. Army does not belong to a state or any community.
You know, Brijesh, in this theatre, I'll come to you, Mr. Nandakumar. I have noticed one thing personally, that different set of communities feel emboldened to stretch their envelope in context to a particular or different security forces. You know, this has not been the case in many other states. But here I have seen that security forces are at the receiving ends of the mobs. And it is true of, it's true cutting across the segment. This is very peculiar and particular facet of the conflict we witness in Manipur today.
Well, absolutely. And, though my heart completely agrees with what General Sewat say, and, honestly, this is exactly how it should be, that a person who's in the army is basically son of the nation, and he doesn't belong to any particular ethnicity and all. But my mind, and which is the reality, is I agree with Dr. Hauke when he says that, in this war, you are not a policeman, you are not an army jawan, you belong to an ethnicity. So your identity, as your ethnic identity, supersedes every other thing. And that becomes of paramount importance in this ethnic war which has been going on in the state of Manipur. And that is the reason why, people outside Manipur are very easily shocked at the fact that, how army men are being targeted, or how police is being targeted. There, this mindset is a completely different gig altogether. And until unless there is a crackdown, Karthik, until unless there is a very clear message which is being sent that, no tinkering with law and order will be tolerated. You know how it works. As the saying goes that, if the police wants, they can restore law and order in maximum 24 hours. They won't need a minute more than that. But the biggest question is if they want. So the thing is that I think, that the accountability.
Brijesh, what happened to the talks? Talks were supposed to take place at the level of MHA. We were told that the senior officers had met. In fact, the entire gamut of people there. What happened? What's the status?
I think the level of violence has definitely come down. I won't say that that the violence is at the same level as, or the same scale as it was some time back. But what is happening is that you cannot pass 10 days without one particular incident happening which shatters the fragile peace which has been achieved for those 5-6 days, and that is very worrying. Because this shows this shows that that the people who are behind the screen are still able to call the shots.
Mr. Nandakumar, do you agree with Brijesh that this conflict has entered a different phase altogether now?
Yes, and it will likely to deteriorate more in my assessment if the central government do not take it very seriously and they do not intervene. And I also appreciate the police for recovering and taking prompt action. It has instilled a lot of confidence to a lot of people, I'm sure. And similar actions is carried out by the Assam Rifles in the hill areas, and they show some such type of visuals